You're watching Virginia This Morning. This segment is sponsored by Davis & Green Electrical.
The Special Olympics is a lot more than sports. If you've ever experienced it for yourself, you have to make it out to the upcoming summer games. It is amazing. Davis & Green Electrical is a big supporter of the games. Greg Green and Nicole Rydell with Special Olympics join us today. Good to see you both.
Hey, nice to see you.
Looking forward to the time of the year when we have Special Olympics again and can't hardly wait. I'm going to get back to you in a second, but I'm going to start with this wonderful lady here. Tell us exactly when and where it's happening this year.
It's going to be June 10th and 11th at the University of Richmond and surrounding venues. We'll host about 1,500 athletes all weekend, and they'll go for gold in 6 different types of sports. They'll have track and field, tennis, bocce, bowling, swimming, and softball.
It is an amazing weekend, and I always tell folks, if you come out to this and do the volunteer to cheer, or if you help in some other volunteer way, if you go one time, you're going to get hooked. Yeah, you are definitely hooked, and you want to come back again and again and again. Greg, I know that your team and a lot of some of our corporate neighbors pitch in to help this, but I bet the same kind of thing happens with your folks when they come out and see the Special Olympics and help out, that they can't wait to come back out the next time.
Oh, it's huge. And, you know, my daughter, we've got her involved, and, you know, she really coined the phrase that you're never too small to do big things. And, you know, that's our challenge to other businesses and corporations, is that if you're short on time or you're short on resources, it's just the small gift, it's just the small participation that, like you said, when you come out one time, you're coming back. You're gonna be hooked.
Yeah.
So.
And it's making such a big difference in the athletes' lives and their family and their support system, and it makes a big difference in your lives. Let's talk a little bit about the 2,000-mile journey that happens, because it goes with this.
So on Friday night, we'll have our opening ceremonies, and we're doing our opening ceremonies at Robins Stadium outside for the first time ever. We'll be entertained by Rayvon Owen, who was an American Idol finalist and Richmond native. And that night, we'll also light the Olympic cauldron, which is lit by the Olympic flame that at that point will have traveled about 2,000 miles across the state of Virginia, carried by our law enforcement torch run. The Law Enforcement Torch Run is a grassroots fundraising effort of local law enforcement officers across the state. They raise funds and awareness for Special Olympics year-round, and so far this year, they've raised over $1 million for us.
Okay. Somebody's doing math out there going like, 2,000 miles, Virginia's not that big. But if you realize how these guys actually do that, then it makes sense.
There's a torch that comes in from Southwest Virginia. There's another torch that comes in from the north. There's a torch that comes in from Emporia, and there's a torch that comes through the Eastern Shore all the way through the Tidewater area, and we all meet in Richmond.
One from Southwest Virginia is leaving now, so they can make it. It's a long ways from down there.
It really is, yes.
Yeah, and when you add up all of those miles, that's where we get the 2,000 figure from, and it is really impressive. We are so grateful to have community partners like Davis & Green that help out with this. Let's talk about the Cheer Your Heart Outside event. Let's talk about that.
Well, we want to fill the stadium of cheering fans. A lot of our athletes, you know, want to compete and hear those cheers. So you can cheer outside on Friday night at our opening ceremonies, June 10th, or you can come back on Saturday, June 11th, and cheer outside for our track and field meets and tennis meets and bocce meets that happen outside. You can sign up at volunteertocheer.com or visit our website, specialolympicsvirginia.org.
Somebody asked me recently, with my job, what's one of my favorite things I've ever gotten to do? And I always answer Special Olympics. For several times, I've had the ability to be the guy that announces the gold, silver, and bronze announcements.
Yes.
And that is...
Oh, they're ecstatic.
That's the best.
Yeah, they're so happy. You're bringing so much joy to them.
Coming up in June, Special Olympics of Virginia Summer Games, June 10th and 11th, University of Richmond and surrounding venues. You can learn more by heading to specialolympicsva.org and sign up to cheer at volunteertocheer.com. And now we'll send it over to you.
I cannot